Hi, so good evening, everybody. Yesterday's session was really good. I got the feedbacks, and like you all yesterday witnessed, that we also have a consulting part at the start in the careers in the different fields of blockchain. So, yesterday we discussed careers in development field in blockchain. So, as I told you on the upcoming sessions, which is today and tomorrow, we'll be having different career fields and career options after like in the field of blockchain. So today's topic is blockchain careers in finance field. You must be aware of finance, right? So apart from development also, blockchain offers multiple career options. You guys must be seeing my slide. Is it visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, Vinesh. So guys, also you have to be some coming up with your ideas, questions, and all. Okay, just it's not just like the listening session. You can be interacted, like you have to interact with me. You can ask question. You can ask questions with Varun. Uh, okay, so please be interactive. So let's look what actually finance careers in blockchain are. Blockchain job market is booming, as I told yesterday also. By 2030, new like hundreds of opportunities are gonna emerge. Whether you are a seasoned developer or maybe you are exploring a new career path, finance has a lot of possibilities and field career options in blockchain. So again, like I told you, if you are fresher, there are a number of career opportunities in blockchain. In development also, yesterday we discussed how you can start fresh and how you can learn a programming language, get used to it, practice it a lot, and be become strong enough in DSA and learn a lot about tools and blockchain basics so you can get into solidity and become a blockchain developer. So, if you are starting your career as a fresher in finance field in blockchain, so finance has some typical and like unfamous terminologies which usually in the day life we don't hear much. So you have to learn about finance first. Apart from blockchain, you have to learn about finance. What are the terminologies in finance? What is like each basic thing which involves in finance in this world, you have to learn or maybe understand about it so that you don't face any problem while understanding careers in blockchain and like finance field in blockchain. You can even do short term courses in finance which educity will also offer you, like we'll discuss about it in the last day maybe. So we have several courses, short term courses for non tech students. Like tech includes all the development and stuff, non tech will include marketing careers and finance careers. Today is the day for finance careers. Okay, tomorrow in tomorrow's session we'll be understanding about blockchain careers in marketing, how you can market blockchain crypto projects and work as a crypto or blockchain marketer, how you can get placed in companies. We have Arjun here who is uh, like working in marketing field in blockchain from number of years. So learn core concepts of blockchain. You have to understand fundamentals, like for development also, for marketing also, for finance also. You have to understand and learn core concepts of blockchain with finance. So here is a add-on in the term of blockchain. Learn about the applications of finance. Like, am I clear? Can you all react? Any doubts? You can even open your mic if you have any doubt or question. So moving forward, uh, career options in finance. How you can like what are the roles and what jobs are available in the market? What can you become if you are opting for career option in finance field in blockchain? So crypto investment consultant. So you must be knowing about crypto as like someone messaged yesterday that it's banned in Nepal. So even if it's banned in Nepal, that doesn't close your gates in blockchain industry or making your career in blockchain. Even if it's even if the trading of crypto is like banned, you can even switch to MNCs in like working as a consultant, analyst, manager. You don't have to trade in blockchain and all, or in crypto and all. Okay, so crypto investment consultant, crypto analyst, crypto manager. A lot of companies do hire analyst and manager a lot. Like you can even find job openings on LinkedIn. Token economist. Token economist is a thing like you must be knowing about economics. Tokens, like you understood in this yesterday's session, which Varun took. He explained you about tokens. So economics related to token. It's a very vast topic. Like I can't explain it right now, but it is also a role in the field of career, like in the career of finance in the field of blockchain. Crypto funds manager, like mutual fund manager, everything, every job available in the finance field in the world are also available in the field of blockchain finance. Like you have your finance companies, normal non blockchain finance companies, all the roles offering and the benefits, mutual funds and all are also there in blockchain. Similarly, market making roles, like like the above only, similar thing. So what's the roadmap of career if you are choosing in non-tech blockchain development career, blockchain career? So learn about finance basics. As I told, you have to do some courses maybe, or you can refer to YouTube and build your basics in finance. Learn about blockchain concepts and basics. Even if you are like from any background, doesn't matter. If you are good at your basics, if you know each and every terminology of finance and blockchain, you are good to go in building your career in finance and blockchain. Start researching about different tokens and technologies. No institute, no courses can give you a research and make you a researcher analyst if you are not going on your own and researching about different tokens and technologies. You have to read it. You have to like build a urge to make a career in finance and marketing. You have to hit and try different things. You can even start investing in crypto and blockchain. Start with minimal account, a minimal amount of money, so that you can even if you're not even if the crypto is banned in Nepal, no problem. You can just read or like analyze the technologies, the token, different how the graph moves, and what are the factors which affect the prices of tokens and all. So it will help a lot, like understanding the finance in the field of blockchain. So you can even do certifications in DeFi and finance, which like educity also offers. um, uh, we will get you know about it. You can start trading, get familiar with cryptocurrencies, learn trading and learning investment techniques in blockchain. How, what are the techniques? What are the trading investment techniques? What are the tools used for analyzing finance and all? Salary expectations in blockchain careers and finance. So finance is we can say um, booming or maybe a trending role from last a lot of years. Like it's not a new thing. Development in blockchain, whether it's blockchain or not blockchain, finance is always booming. So salaries start around 3 to 6 lakhs for the beginners. If you are good at your finance analysis and tools and all, If you are good at it, basics, you can even go higher than this uh, while being a beginner. But starting will be around 3 to 6 LPA, rising up to 15 LPA, maybe 14, between 14 to 18 after a year or two. If you are getting good um, results and you are getting good hold on finance analysis and all your techniques, emphasize the immense growth potential and opportunities to specialize. Yesterday's session also, I told this line that there is no limit in the field of blockchain, because blockchain is like booming a lot. You can earn crores even if you are good at it and you have good ideas in crypto and blockchain world. What is the EduCity's role in career guidance? So, EduCity offers personalized career guidance, even if you are interested in tech or non-tech. Doesn't matter. You can just take our consultancy. You can take consultation sessions. You can get your skills out of you. You can understand what are you made for. Like if you're not into development, doesn't matter, you can go for non-tech courses and programs. We will help you build your basics and make you industry ready so that you can work with industry professionals. Learning the basics, we always teach basics first, because we know that if your basics are not clear, the foundation will like not be that strong enough. Tailored career guidance, like I told you before also, and finance basics, market knowledge, how market works, how finance works, financial tools which are used in the market, current scenarios in blockchain and non-blockchain also. Mentorship from industry professionals. We have a lot of industry professionals working in finance from non-blocks also, and like you'll understand what we have and what we not. Companies which usually hire and are hiring are Coin DCX. You must be aware of Mudrex, Coin DCX, Tata Always, CoinGate News, BlackRock, big name in finance, in blockchain, Alchemy, Nonce Blocks, Barclays. So for our socials, I would um, ask Arjun if he can like give a few words about our social and tell them. Okay, so I think Arjun is not here. So I'll only tell you. So these are our social handles, and we have told you guys that all of you who are following our socials, taking screenshots, maybe we are also taking attendance and screenshots, who is attending and who is not, and you will be receiving a certificate of participation after the webinar, so that you can put it in your CVs and profiles that you have attended a workshop. It's a workshop, not a webinar. Okay, 3 days, 1 hour sessions, good quality sessions from industry professionals. So you are learning a lot of skills which are needed. So you can even put it in your CV and profile so that you have a good uh, impression in front of your maybe interviewer or anything. So I have listed the links in the message section in the Google Meet only. You can go there, follow us, and attend all the 3 sessions, and we will provide you personalized certificate of participation. So that's it, guys. I think I'm like ending up with my PPT also, and I will try like invite Varun to take on the session and like give you a blastful informative session for today.
Okay, thank you, Tane. We have a question, I guess. They're asking for a list of companies. Yes, Tane, you can share it in the chat. Meanwhile, I start with the solidity part. Okay, guys, 1 second. I'll just share my PPT.
Okay.
Okay, I hope my screen is visible. Can you please confirm it? Any one of you?
Yeah, it is visible.
Okay, thank you. So, yes. So, welcome everyone. So, I hope all of you are present here who have attended the yesterday's session. If anyone has missed out the session, no issues. We basically discussed few points which I'll just quickly summarize. So, we discussed topics like decentralized and centralized systems. Decentralized meaning that there is no governing body and our decisions are not limited to a particular individual, and everyone has their right to express their decisions whenever a outcome is to be presented. While in a centralized system, we are bound to a central authority which governs all the decisions, all the ideas, and we are limited to their decision, which is a like demerit when it comes to scalability, when it comes to growth of different projects and different ideas that individuals bring up forward. So that was discussed yesterday, and we also highlighted some of the advantages that blockchain offers in the Web3 scope, and we also discussed some of the challenges that currently blockchain or Web3 is facing. And these challenges are actually something that the developers these days are looking forward to solve so that we can provide a better Web3 experience in the days to come. So, building on the foundational knowledge from day one, today's session will basically focus on the practical aspect of the developing and deploying of smart contracts using Solidity. So I'll just give you a glimpse of what we will be doing in this session. So like in few PPTs, I'll start with the basic introduction for you guys to understand what Solidity is and how Solidity, a programming language, is widely used in the blockchain sphere for interacting with smart contracts, building amazing projects, and communicating with the blockchain network. And once that is covered, i'll I'll start with a simple program, a simple code that will help you guys to get your hands on with Solidity. And I encourage every one of you to join through your laptops or open a laptop next to you so that you can also code with me when I'm sharing my screen. And this will help you to better understand whatever keywords that we are using in this coding language or whatever concepts we are going to learn. So let's start with the first slide. So yeah, the first question is, what is Solidity? It is a high level language, and I'm sure you must be knowing what a high level language is. In layman's language, high level programming languages are actually designed for humans to easily understand. So, high level languages allow the programmers to focus on the program's purpose. So, basically, on the logical side, rather thinking about it how it will interact with the operating system or how it is getting converted into machine understandable code. That is all not required here. So, a high level programming language is easy to understand from the developers and easy to code, and it was initially designed for the Ethereum virtual machine. So I hope you must have heard of another keyword, that is JVM, Java virtual machine. Those who have worked with Java might have heard of this. So EVM and JVM are quite similar, but EVM operates on a limited domain. Like Java virtual machine has lots of computational logics inside it, while EVM, it is a computing engine which provides basic computational functionalities, object oriented it is also object orientation is also allowed here, so you can also use object orientation like it is used in C++ and other coding languages. And it also provides us storage which is quite similar to JVM. So if we discuss some of the features of Solidity, why it is so popular in the Web3 domain, why do we use it so much in smart contract development? So as we discussed in the previous session, smart contract is nothing just a code which is deployed to the blockchain and is self-executing. So what does this mean? it means that a contract code once written and once deployed to the blockchain, there's no need for anyone to particular function and only then a particular program or a project will run. No, once a Solidity contract or a smart contract is deployed, any user throughout the world can access it, can read it, or can even call the functions and create a project using that contract. So these contracts, since they are visible to everyone, they are secure, they are transparent, and helps user to trust each other. And other feature that Solidity offers is it is object oriented and it is high level programming language. So object oriented structures can also be followed here, just like I mentioned in other coding languages like C++, Python, JavaScript, similarly. And it also supports inheritance. So it's quite similar to the other languages, just some other features are introduced in this. And it is also a secure coding language, since it is immutable, which means once the contract is deployed we cannot change any part of it. So it is immutable and thus gives much level of security. And it also includes various development frameworks, testing tools, and libraries that facilitate the creation and development of smart contracts. That are some of the features that makes Solidity stand out. So we are saying smart contracts a lot, and does anyone have idea like why do we need them? Why are we using them again and again? Just the smart contracts. Why can't we use anything else?
Guys, you can open up your mics even if you are saying wrong. Doesn't matter.
Yes, you are free to express your thoughts. Yes, that's right. Poojan, you're absolutely right. Yunesh, you're also right. Yes, that's pretty much right. So, yes, the purpose of smart contract is basically to automate the transaction agreement. So, I'll just give you example how automation is very efficient and how automation makes your program or it makes your particular project cost efficient. How? By eliminating the intermediaries. So suppose in today's generation where we want to purchase a property, just suppose we have to go through so much steps. We have to first hire lawyers, or we have to create some paperworks, and we have to pay the intermediaries in between. Or we can take example of when you're thinking to buy a car. Platforms There are platforms like Car Dekho or other websites that might be near to you. So they provide car sales, and for properties their websites like Magic Brick, etc., etc. So we if we shift to smart contract for such use cases, when if we bring these use cases to blockchain domain, we don't have to do any paperwork. We don't have to pay to these intermediaries who are connecting the buyer and sellers, because they take the profits in between, right? So we don't have to deal with the brokers, with the insurance agents while buying the insurance. So smart contracts eliminate all of these intermediaries and directly connect the buyer and the seller directly through the blockchain network. And since the transactions are transparent, anyone on the blockchain can see, okay, this was purchased by this person for this much amount. It increases transparency and also increases safety. So users can securely purchase or sell their items through the blockchain network without having to fear of any issue that might come up. So yeah, it also makes blockchain reliable. So the code that you have put on in your smart contracts is easily available to anyone. They can read it. Okay, so you are using this logic to facilitate this particular transaction. Yes, it appears safe to me. I'm okay with that. You don't have to go to person like, hey, can you show me the logic that you have put on this project in the back end? Yes, that is all eliminated, and it creates reliability and transparency. Okay. Yes, so we already discussed these things: self-executing contracts, a digital agreement that is signed and stored on the blockchain network, and some real-world examples include music industries. Yes, so suppose you might have heard of this thing that when an artist uh, puts on a music on Spotify or any other on a YouTube channel, so or we can take example of a painter. Okay, so suppose a painter has painted a art piece and he has sold it to the buyer, but suppose the buyer again sells it to the next person. In this case, the second owner is taking all the like share of that painting. But what if the real painter, real artist who has initially painted that art piece wants, whenever a transaction takes place for my painting, I should get some royalty for that. Royalty means some, like some reward, that it is his painting, so whoever is buying it will have to pay like 1% or 5% of that transaction to him. So with blockchain you can write smart contracts which will execute a function which will transfer the royalty within the transaction to the original owner. That is a brilliant use case of this technology. So without any issue, the owner is sitting at his home and he sees, okay, I am receiving royalty. My painting must have been sold to another buyer today. That's great. That's a great use case of this technology. And other examples include supply chain management, property ownership, like a house or a car, etc., etc. Yes. So we have discussed some theoretical part, and from this step onwards, we will start with the development side, with discussing whatever frameworks or whatever tools we require in the blockchain sphere. This will also include some part as a theoretical part, so that I can first explain it to you, and then we will start with the hands-on coding part. I hope everything discussed till now in the first few slides was understandable and was clear on my end as well and on your end as well. Can you confirm once if you guys were able to understand whatever was discussed till now? Great, great. Okay, so on your screen you are seeing some points which is mentioning like the first one, Ethereum wallet. So a wallet on a Web3 or a blockchain wallet is exactly your real money wallet. Like you keep a wallet in your pocket, that's exactly a wallet. It's the same thing. It is just linked to the blockchain. So you don't have to again and again link something with your laptop, or you have to again and again open your uh, like real currency and then upload it somewhere. No. So you are just using a digital wallet to sign your transactions that we discussed in the first lecture, that the user is signing a transaction, right? So that wallet is a one in all in a one solution. It will hold your currency, your NFT, your assets, and will be used to create transaction. You will approve transaction, you will sign those. All those things can be done through a wallet. There are many Ethereum wallets and other blockchain wallets. In this case, we are taking example of MetaMask. Second pointer is IDE. So IDE is just a platform where we will be basically coding. We will be writing a smart contract, and for that we have many options. Some of them mentioned are Remix and Visual Code Studio. I hope you must have used VS Code in other coding languages where you have used Java or C++ or Python. There are many coding languages. Many users often use VS Code. We can use VS Code to write our Solidity smart contract. But for this session, we will be using Remix because Remix has some additional features that will help you understand how the contract is getting stored on the blockchain. Okay, so next thing, yes, testnet. So yesterday I mentioned that whenever developers are working on blockchain, they are working to create some project or some application. They don't have to really use their real money. They don't have to create like they don't have to pay for the transactions they are creating just to test their application. So in that case, we have two separate things. One is the mainnet and other is testnet. So mainnet, as its name suggests, it is the main blockchain where real transaction takes place with real money. Okay, while testnet simply is a copy of a blockchain which gives the user an idea of a test blockchain area where they can use 3 months fake tokens and use those tokens to test their application. So those tokens are usually fetched from a faucet. So a faucet is actually a website from where you can request these test tokens and use them to create or sign a transaction on the test environment. So up next is framework. So framework are actually tools which will help us to facilitate the execution or writing of our uh, smart contracts or writing up the other essential setups. It helps us setting up an environment where we can easily integrate front end, back end, our Solidity code into a single piece, and then directly use our application and like give it a UI or a user experience to a person that is anywhere on the internet. We'll just upload our code to a place from where the user can directly interact with it and make use of the functionality that you have created. Okay, so yes, let's start with the basics of Solidity. For this, I'll just share my whole tab and guide you how can we start with Solidity. One second. I hope my screen is now visible. Okay. So as you can see, I have searched Remix IDE. So anyone who is using their laptop right now can also do it with me. So click on the first link which is saying ethereum.org. That's the Remix ID by Ethereum. And once we are here, we can see a file explorer which shows up on the screen. We have a home area. This is not of a use right now. You can simply close it. If you want, I can share the link. Does anyone link? You can just simply type Remix ID. It's not that difficult. You can just simply Google it, Remix IDE, and it is the first link. Okay, so the UI is like you have a file explorer on the left side, a center screen where you will write the code, and on the bottom you have a terminal where you will basically get the output of uh, all the commands or all the executions that you make. You will have a logs over here. So on further exploring, we can see there are many folders that are already created over here, and we see a contracts folder. If we click on it, we see there are some sample programs already written here for us. So let's click on the first one, which is storage.sol, and see there's a very simple contract written over here in just 30 lines. And over here on the extreme left side, we have some other tabs like search in a file, Solidity compiler, deploy and run, debugger, and unit testing. We will discuss this in meanwhile. Okay, so let's discuss what this first line is. So over here it is written SPDX license identifier. So this is nothing, it is just a license tag which is required by Solidity so that it can be verified once you deploy it on the blockchain network, just for safety measures. So even if you remove it, there's no issue, but you will get a warning. Your code will get compiled, but still you will have warning. So it's better you add it to the top of the line. It's just a like comment. It will add as a comment. On the second line, we see two keywords, pragma and solidity. And after that, we have some numbers over here. So what pragma means, it is a directive that will tell this IDE what are we going to use. And what are we going to use is solidity. So it is mentioning that this file will basically contain a code for Solidity. And after that, we have some numbers. These numbers are actually version of the Solidity compiler. So what this means is, so whenever you're working on Solidities and after some time, Solidity team pushes some updates. So these updates are not directly pushed into the current file, but the developers introduced a new package. Like currently, if 0.9.0 is the latest one, then after few months with new changes, you will get a new compiler version which will be like 0.9.1, and that's how this keeps on increasing. If we go to the Solidity compiler tab, which is the third one, we can see there are lots of versions from starting from 0.1.1 going up till 0.8.26. That is the latest one. So over here we are saying that we want to use a compiler which is greater than equal to 0.8.2 and less than 0.9.0. Any compiler can work that is in between in this range. It is not necessary we give a range. We can also provide a simple or a single value, just like this, 0.8.2. That's it. In this case, it will directly use the compiler version 0.8.2 only, not anything else. So if we will direct this arrow that I put in front of it, it means any compiler above it. So if I remove it, it means strictly this compiler. So see, it gave me an error saying the compiler version differs from the version that is mentioned on your code. So it automatically changed my compiler. If I again change it to this one, oh, I have auto compile on. If I disable this and then change it, yes, see, I'm getting an error. To solve this minor error, you can just turn on this auto compile, which will automatically understand uh, which Solidity compiler is mentioned in your code, and it will automatically refresh it. Okay, so moving on, we have this keyword contract. So if you have worked with other coding languages, you must be aware that they are classes. Similarly, just like class, we have a contract keyword over here in Solidity. That's similar to every coding language we are using. And after that, we have a contract name. So this contract name that we want to give is storage. And then we open these curly brackets, and inside it, we have a variable defined here. So as you can see, uint 256, it is a data type, and then number is a variable name. So that is basically uh, a simple declaration. And I'll encourage every one of you to just go to Solidity documentation, and over here I personally feel this is the best place for self learning. If you are want to self learn the Solidity language, this is the best website. So you can step by step learn every fundamentals. As you know, this is just a 1 hour session. I might not be able to cover everything, but over here you can simply step by step learn the whole coding language. See, they are giving a simple program over here, they're explaining it line by line. If you explore more and more in here, you will see other features, blockchain basics, Ethereum virtual machine, everything. So this is one in a complete set where you can get to know everything from basics till advanced topics as well. So we have a cheat sheet as well, which basically gives the definition and operator type, how everything is working in the blockchain and Solidity network, everything. So you can go through it on your end, and you can learn more from this website. So moving forward, so we have a function keyword. As its name suggests, we are making a function over here. Okay, and the function name is store. And after that, we are saying what type of data will it store. So since this number is of type uint 256, its data type is uint 256, then we should expect a number of this data type only, nothing else. And public, it means that it can be visible to the public, whoever like opens up the contract for interaction. Okay, and and after that we have a second function naming retrieve. So we have a second function. This retrieve function has a new keyword in it, which is view. So view keyword is used when a person or when you as a developer are creating a function who will that function will not change any state in the blockchain. So it will basically be reading the blockchain, not writing anything on it. So this view keyword ensures that we only read from the blockchain. That's why we have a retrieve function. And what we will return in case we will get this number stored in this contract, which is stored on the blockchain, and we will return it to the user. I hope this simple contract was clear to you. If anyone has any doubt, you can totally ask it. Feel free. My screen will look like this, but yes, I'm waiting for you here. If anyone has any doubt in understanding this code, you can ask me. Okay, yes, I hope this was totally clear because this is just a basic program. So when you will like learn more and more solidity, you will be able to write more line of code like 50, 500, 1000 liner of code. And in that time you will have to like pay focus on optimizing the contract. So one thing I want to discuss after this, uh, yes. So let's discuss this thing first before going on forward. So the Solidity contract or Solidity files extension is .sol, which means whenever you create a file in the Ethereum, like you see these files, their file extension is .sol. So that is the file extension for a Solidity file. And once you send that file into the compiler, which means you are sending this file for compiling. So if I click on this, yes, it is compiled successfully. You see a green check over here. So what happens when you compile this code? When you compile this code, you will receive two things. One is the ABI and the second is bytecode. So what are these two things? So if you scroll down, you can see we have these two fields accessible to us over here. So let's copy this ABI and I'll open an online notepad and I'll paste what is inside this ABI. Oh, something is already there. Okay, yes. So you can see we have the name of the function that we defined, retrieve, and output saying it will return a uint type 256. It is view only and it is a function. What are these things? These are basically ABI is actually a file or a JSON actually, which helps us to identify the features or the functions on your smart contract so that a user who is thinking to make a like D app, decentralized app, or a blockchain based application, NFT marketplace, or anything, and he wants to interact with your contract, how will he know that what all functions are there? So this ABI that I'm mentioning over here, it is responsible for allowing users to identify what all functions are there on the smart contract. And with the help of this ABI, you can easily you or the other developer can easily interact with the smart contract and integrate it with the application. So it provides us actually an interface. And similarly bytecode. So as I said, later on with time you will be able to write 1,000 lines of code, even more than that, as per your requirement. So do you think all the 1,000 line code will be stored on a blockchain inside a block? No, that's not the case. So if in our case, we just copy the bytecode and see what's inside this. See, that's not the code that you wrote. It is actually compressed into a form that can be easily stored on the blockchain network. So that's how your code actually is stored inside a block on the blockchain. And how is this code extracted or how is this code decrypted? So we have a decryptor for this, through which we can like directly put this part into the decryptor and it will retrieve us the opcode inside it, the code that you wrote on the smart contract. So that's how theoretical part of blockchain works. And so yeah, now the code is compiled and you receive the bytecode and it is stored on the EVM, on the Ethereum blockchain. How are you going to communicate with it? So suppose we will be deploying it using the remix ID for this session, and I'll show you how this is done. So first we have an environment. Environment is like a, it's, as its name suggests, it's just an environment or a area which will provide you functionality to deploy it to the blockchain. Over here we have test environments: remix, main network, injected, like dev ganache. There are many options remix providers. And over here we can see that we also got an account with us. So this is the address of our account. We have many accounts to do the testing, and we have dummy tokens like 100 ethers in many accounts that we can use throughout our testing. And yes, important topic, gas fees. I haven't mentioned this right now. I hope uh, I'm not missing this even right now, and I can explain it to you easily. So, whenever you create a transaction, yes, you are paying through ethers. Suppose a transaction cost is, wait, let's write here. Suppose a transaction cost is, 1 second, let's, yes. So, suppose a transaction cost is actually 0.1 ethers, but you will not be charged 0.1. You will be charged slightly more than that. You will be charged like 0.1 plus like 0.00003 or 4, like this. So what is this? This is actually a gas fees. Gas fees is actually the fees which is charged by the network depending on how busy the network is and how the node validators, the points, the peers that we discussed yesterday, how long will it take for them to like verify your transaction? How much hardware utilization will it be required for them? So this is a fraction of fees that is charged from us. It is very minute. So if we are saying it in like let's take example in a native currency. So we have like 100 rupees, then from that it is like 0.000 some fraction of that. It is a really small fraction, so it doesn't matter. But this gas fees is not fixed. If the network is really congested, suppose this blockchain, Ethereum blockchain, today many users are using it, or in particular in this hour, like at 8 o'clock you are trying to deploy, and at that time many users are working on this blockchain and the network is very congested. So in that case it might increase to 0.4 or even to 0.04. So that's how gas fees changes with the dependency of network congestion. So that is gas fees and additional fees charged on your transaction. And so we have a button over here. So we'll choose contract and we'll click on deploy. So you see something happened over here. In the logs, there was one check. I'll just expand it. Yes, you can expand it and see the status of the transaction was executed and it succeeded. Okay, we get a transaction hash. This is the address of this particular transaction. Like transaction hash, you might understand, like this is a receipt for the transaction. Okay, we have the block hash. This is the block receipt where your transaction was added to the block, and we get the block number as well. And this is your contract address which you deployed, and you'll get a contract address. If you scroll down, yes, you can see the same address. This is your contract, and it is giving more information like from whom it was created to where it is created into the storage of the of the blockchain, how much gas was charged. So this is written into way. We have many notations in which we can arrange or in which we can present uh, our currency. So way is actually 10 to the power of 18 decimal places. So that is how small this transaction is. If you multiply it uh, to the 10 to the power of minus 18, sorry, 10 to the power of minus 18, it is in that much fraction, 0.0000 something. And this is also transaction cost, some execution cost, and this was actually the gas fees. And now you saw that your contract was deployed, but where it is. And if you expand this, see, you can see two functions, store and retrieve. So as you can refer the contract, retrieve will return a number, the number which is stored on the contract. Right now we don't have any number, so if we just call retrieve, we will get 0, since we haven't stored anything. So what if we type 12 over here and call this function store? See, again a transaction took place. And now if we click on retrieve, and we get the output over here, as you can see on the screen. But why was this transaction different to this transaction? We have a green check here and we don't have anything here. Can someone, anyone who has any idea, slightest of idea, you can even take guesses that there was some error. You can take random guesses, or if someone has a relevant answer that anyone knows the exact reason, you can share it with every one of us, either by chat or you can open your mic. Sorry, Roshan, that's not the case. It was called. It executed successfully. Anyone? Anyone else? Guys, try to be interactive. Only then you will learn. Yes, you are partially right. One is for storage and other is for retrieving. But why? Why is that difference? It is not the exact answer, but it is somewhere around that. Okay, no issues. I'll explain it to you. So see, you are charged money or you are charged a gas fees when you want to write something on the blockchain. But if you just want to read the data on the blockchain, then in that case you don't have to pay any transaction cost. That is the difference here. So when we are calling the store function, we're actually storing some value in a block and that block is getting added to the blockchain. In that case, we are paying a transaction fees. But when we just want to read some data, in that case, it is totally free. You just call the function and you will get the data. And that's the difference over here. It is just from here. Cost only applies when it is called by the contract. This is just some random data over here. And as you can see, there was no extra gas fees that was mentioned above in the above transaction. See, there was gas, there was transaction cost, execution cost, many costs. So that is the difference. There are read only transaction and there are write transactions as well. So this is an important thing. I insist you guys to make a note of some important topics. This will help you to prepare for future interviews or for self learning as well. Okay, so this was a very simple program. And now let's write a program on our own. I'll give you the problem statement first, and I'll encourage every one of you to try this out on your own. And you can share the code in the chat, or you can suggest how it should be done. If you're not aware how it should be done, you can suggest the pseudo code, like step by step. We will do this first, we'll do this second, and that's how we can make this session interactive and learning. So the problem is, over here we are storing a number and we are returning a number, but I want to write a program in which, okay, let's remove this, a program in which we will store the name and age of a person, okay, and we will have functions to get the name and age, and also to set the name and age. I hope I make sense over here. So we actually want to write a program in which we just don't want to store this number. We actually want to store the name, the age of a person, and we also want to retrieve his name or age. That's the program. It's quite simple. If you just give 2 minutes, 2 minutes of thinking into it, you can easily write this. So I'll just give you 5 minutes to take your time, and you can start with your program. And after 5 minutes, yes, I'm here. I'll definitely help you with your doubts or solving this program. So let's take 5 minutes. I, I'll keep giving you hints in between. So let's start with the hint one. So you can see store number is already implemented. So if we just change the name of these functions to get age and set age, that is already done. 50% of the code is already done. The challenge is to write two functions more. One will be used to store a name, and other will be to get the name. And I'll just give you one more hint. The data type will be string, like in other coding languages. String name, and over here we'll just change to age function, and it requires a semicolon. We will change this function name to get age, and it will accept new age. Over here we will be updating the age variable with new age, and we will, sorry, it is not get, it is set age. And over here we will the get age, and it will return age. See, 50% of the code is already done. We only need for the name part. So anyone has come up of any idea or any thought they are thinking, if you don't want to implement, you can directly share the thought process that you're thinking. I'll just open the comment section. Yes, so you can share whatever you're thinking. How should you take a step forward? Yes, if you're not understanding this part as well, like setting up the age, you can ask it. I can try another approach, or try to explain it one more time so that it is clear on your end as well. So I'll just open my screen if you want to refer this.
Varun, Yunesh has come up with the answer. You can check.
Okay, so yes, you have added the license. That's right. You have also added the compiler version. Okay, there are some comments. Number, age store, name store, function store, which will store the number. Function store name and age. Memory name, age. Okay, but this function is incomplete. You haven't added the curly brackets, and you're not manipulating anything inside.
Actually, while pasting, not all of the codes have been.
Okay, no issues. I think you have pretty much the exact idea
Yeah,
that is
actually, I've
required.
implemented that down.
Very good, Yunesh. You have at least tried it. That is one of the best things that a developer requires. You should give it a try.
Come on, guys, you all can also try. Even
Yes,
if you don't understand anything, you can ask Varun. He'll guide
yes.
you again.
Over here, Yunesh has tried to come up with a solution in which, in a single function, both name and age are getting set up and getting returned. So you guys can try another approach as well. You can create separate function to store a name, to get a name, to store the age, and to get the age. So total four functions can also be implemented. Okay, no issues. I'll help you out. So we already have two functions, see, and now we want to work for the name part. So we will write function set name, and what the type will be string. Storage keyword is needed here. This is a thing that you might have messed up. It is new name, and it will be a public function. And yes, over here we will set name is equals to new name. Okay, so it is giving a warning. It is saying memory. Okay, okay. So we'll write a function first to get the name, and it will be public view returns, and it will be storage string storage, and you will return the name. Okay, it is giving a small warning. Oh, sorry, it's not storage, it's memory. My mistake, my mistake. Yes, yes. So the keyword which I was mentioning is memory. So in our case, the string is actually stored with the help of a memory keyword. Like in integer, we don't mention memory because it is handled by the contract. But for string, this is a new topic, and you will have to use a keyword named memory, and uh, this will help you update or set the uh, name to the memory and also return the stored value in the memory when you call the function. So yep, we have all our four functions ready. I'll just remove this. Okay, so once let's go through it. So set age, in int type 256 age, which is the same as the data type over here, and it is public, and we are updating the current age to the received variable, right? Then we have get age, and in this one we are saying that it is a public function which is not manipulating the blockchain and is only a read only function, and it should return a unit of type 256, and the type that we mentioned is of age variable, and yes, we will get that in return. And the next function is get name, which will also be a view only and will return the string name that we have up here. And for the set name, we will be accepting a argument which will be a string, will be used by the memory and will be a new variable name, and that will be updated in the name, and that will be a public function. So if you can delete your previous contract from the cross you can see on the screen, and if we go up and again click on this deploy, we see the transaction was successful, and on expanding it we have four functions now. You can see the difference that the functions which are like write functions are of different color. This is a remix UI experience that allows users to differentiate between these functions. And if you just expand it slightly down, you can see it is asking for a field name new age, which is of type U6. Okay, so you can give him age of 22. Transaction was done. You can get the age. Yes, we have 22. You can give him the name of, like, I'll give my name. We will call this function and we'll get the name. That's it. That's how simple this program is. I'm sure you guys must have understood this part. It is really easy, and even though if you are not comfortable remembering these keywords, that's totally fine. You are trying it for the first time. no issues. With time, you will definitely get a hands-on grasp of these keywords and where to use them. That's totally fine. Okay, so this is done, and you might be seeing that the transactions are doing very fast. They're going very quickly. This is because this is just test area, environment provided by Remix. So in the PPT, we have mentioned uh, MetaMask. So how is MetaMask a digital wallet used to create transaction or to sign transaction? In my case, I already have a MetaMask like added to me. What you can do is go to Google extensions, and in the store you can directly search for MetaMask. MetaMask. See, in my case it is installed, but for you, you can install it, and there will be a couple of steps that you have to follow to create your first account over here. They will provide you some secret keys that you have to keep safe on your system, and then you will be able to like type the name of your account. You will get an address and a user interface like this, a pop-up that will appear when you click on MetaMask. So as I mentioned, there are many chains. So see, if we click on here, we have many chains over here. We have Ethereum mainnet, we have Linea mainnet, Polygon, Avalanche, many of them. And see, we even have test networks here because I've added this network to my uh, like MetaMask. Over here, you see there is an add network button. With the help of this, you can add any other network, any test network that you want. In your case, test networks might not be visible because this will be closed. So you will have to turn this on, and then you will be seeing some test networks. There are some test networks down also. So let's try to build or try to deploy our contract using MetaMask, using not a environment but a test environment. So over here in the environment section, you can click on inject provider MetaMask. And now see, it has updated to the account address, which is this address. No, it is another. It will be 628. Okay, I'll just switch it from here. I have many addresses. So yes, this one it is fetching like by default 6280. This one is the account it is picking up first. So in our case, we are since discussing Ethereum, let's go to the Ethereum testnet. In case of Ethereum, the testnet's name is Sepolia. You can click on it and see it's switched to Sepolia network, and it is saying 0 ethers. Okay, but with 0 we cannot actually do any transaction. So how do we get test tokens? I mentioned it some time ago. There's a website. What is that website called which provides us test tokens? Is anyone remembering what that website's name was? Like, what did I mention? Yes, correct. A faucet. So let's see how a faucet works. I'll just close these things. Okay. So since we are on Ethereum, let's search Sepolia faucet. And on the second link, you see a Google Cloud. Google has also built a faucet for users to work on blockchain. See, that's how famous blockchain is. Even Google, Facebook, and many other big companies are working to provide Web3 solutions. So if we click on this, we see this page. It is saying which network we are saying Sepolia, okay, and it is saying give us your wallet address. And this is an example of a wallet address. It starts with 0x, and after that this unique numbers, and every person will have a unique wallet address. It cannot be same for any person. Any two individuals cannot have a same wallet address. So if you click on MetaMask, and for this account I have a copy button here, I'll click on it and I'll just paste it over here and click on this button. It says receive 0.05 Sepolia ETH. Okay, please verify that the wallet address has at least 01 on the mainnet. Okay. So see, this is a security feature that they have added. So what this is, like some users try to break the server by again and again calling the web3 provider, or try to like this is at the end a fake currency, but it's the user try to call it again and again so that the program breaks or the server crashes. So to prevent that, just for verification they ask you to have at least 0.001 ETH on Ethereum mainnet. But that is not always the case. You don't have to really have real tokens. You can try different faucets. So there are other faucets as well which provide free tokens, like I have received it from some wallet address, and I received it from Google only. I guess I have already requested for this token like before this time in the afternoon. So within 24 hours you can only request it one time. So in my case, I might not get, but in your case, you might be able to receive 0.05 test tokens. So since my other wallet has it, I'll just directly transfer it from this address to my third account, or I can directly use the account number one. Yes, you see, I have some transactions over here on the test environment while working. Okay, so yes, it has fetched my account. I see 0.16170 like this much ETH, and I can use this wallet for creating the transactions. So let's redeploy this. So see, we have changed the chain and our contract disappears because the contract which was initially deployed was for that chain only, and it will not exist in different chain. So when we switch to a different chain, we have to deploy it again. So if we click on the deploy button, you will see a window appears. I hope it is visible on your screen as well. Is it? Can someone confirm? Is a like a window pop-up visible to you
No,
guys?
no, there is no
Oh,
other
okay,
window.
okay. I'll just share my entire screen in that case. One second. Okay, so entire screen. Okay, so I'll click again on the deploy button. I hope now you guys might see a pop-up creation reversed. One second. Yes, I hope now it is visible. So
It is.
this is a MetaMask pop-up. So when you have MetaMask on your system and you choose a inject provider MetaMask, it means that you will be creating the transaction with this wallet, this with currency that is kept in this wallet. So you can see there is some estimated fees. This is actually the gas fees that they are saying 0.00 this something, and maximum fees is set to this. See, it's changed instantly. As I mentioned, it depends on the network traffic. So if it is congested, if many users are working on this network, then it might slightly increase. And if it is a free network, if it is like not used at that time, then the fees is also decreased. So this is also a strategy that many people follow. There are sometimes like suppose we are in for our time zone, it might be high, but when we try to see when other countries time zone is at night, so suppose US is having night after 4 hours, and majority users from USA are using the blockchain, so the gas fees is high. But let's say if it is night over there, there are less users at that time. So for us it is an advantage that we will have less gas fees at that time. So this is also some of the practices that people follow to save some amount of money. But since we are on testnet, it doesn't matter. We just click on the confirm button. It is processing. See, in the logs we are still seeing creation is pending. It takes time when we are interacting with the real blockchain. So yep, it will take some time, and yes, that is done. And we have a button over here. See, view on Etherscan. we click on it, we see it is processing, will be done in some time. Let's wait. Yes, that is done. So we have the same data that we were initially seeing in the logs. On expanding it, that's transaction status, hash, block hash, contract address, everything is now visible to us in this web page as well with a better UI. See, timestamp, it was like created 22 seconds ago. The transaction hash is this, the status is success, and the block, it is not confirmed. Yes, I mentioned yesterday that the transactions are to be verified and confirmed by various nodes, and it requires confirmation. So right now it has two block confirmations. So if we refresh it, I guess yes, now we got four block confirmations. With time this confirmation increases, and when the confirmation is legitimate, like if the like EVM says okay, we have majority voters over here, then we'll directly add it to it. But till then it is not finalized. Okay, so we see from address, this is my address, to address is actually the contract address that we just created. If we click at it, see we have the contract title here, the contract address, and we can see a contract tab over here. Okay, see, it is a bytecode that I said. We can decompile the bytecode. We can see switch to opcode views. We can see similar contracts, and that's how this like explorer, block explorer, shows the data to us. Just to mention, this is a testnet. Okay, so since we deployed it on a testnet, we see Sepolia testnet. This is not the real blockchain. This is a test blockchain that we can use to work with our programs. And if we go back, we have this contract deployed. And now if we write on the contract, write on the blockchain, as I mentioned, we'll have to sign the transaction. Earlier it was managed by the environment provided by Remix, but now we will be using our MetaMask wallet to do every write actions. So see, if I say 24 and I want to write this on the blockchain, a new model will open, and I'll have to again create a transaction that is really very minute, 0.0001 Sepolia token, and one Sepolia token is also in fractions only, like 0.01 rupees if you want to say, or other currencies you want to say. It is a fraction. It is not way too much for a person that he will be worried, oh no, I'll have to pay so much. It is just a minor fraction. So I'll just confirm it. It will take some time to write that to the blockchain, and once that is done, we can get it through the, yes, see, it is done. We'll click on the get age. Since it is a read only function, we don't have to wait that long, we don't have to sign the transaction, we directly get the result stored on the blockchain. And that's how we can similarly do for name. I'll just type my name, set the name, I'll wait for the model to open up, and I'll just confirm this. And depending on the network traffic, it will take some time, and it will be done. Let's wait. You can also check the status of your transaction from MetaMask. See, it shows activity over here. That set name was called set name function, and it is confirmed. So like when I clicked on it, it got confirmed. If it is not confirmed, it is still pending. It says pending over here. So if I get the name, see, we have the name over here. And that's how you interact with the test environment blockchains through a MetaMask wallet. There are other wallets as well, like Solid, or there are many one. I cannot recall the names right now. There are many. You can explore them. You can learn how to use them. In when using a desktop or like a browser, you basically use an extension, but there are more safer ways as well. So see, if you don't want to use like a extension, there are hardware wallets as well. Hardware wallet means you will get a like pen drive stick that will have a fingerprint on it, and you'll have to put it into the like laptop. It will wait for your signature or your fingerprint verification, and after that it will confirm the transaction. There are many ways, many different types of wallets that provide security and all, but since this is a like advanced feature, it is also costly. The hardware wallets are really expensive. So if you hold a really good amount of cryptocurrency or data in the blockchain or in your wallet, in that case, for extra security you can use that. I'm just giving an example. So that is all for this session. I know that we could not complete much of the like data types that are there in Solidity. We only discussed some of the keywords, but these are just the most important basic functions. It will be used in every function. So let's see other functions that are already provided to us. So this is a ballot function. So see, we have structures implemented over here. So you might be aware that data structure is really important. See, it's getting used over here also. So we use structure voter. We'll give him properties, his weight, voted, address, and its unique vote proposal. We also create a proposal over here. We have address of the chairperson. It means to whom the vote is to be sent. Then we will be mapping the addresses of the voters. I know just by speaking it's not very much clear, but I insist you guys to go through this folder. The first one is really simple, contract. Second one is also, it is a bit complex. You can try with the third one first. As I mentioned on the first session, you are a vote, you can implement voting mechanism through blockchain. That's the simplest thing that is implemented here. It might look a big code, but actually if you go through it, it's just a English, plain English. You can totally understand. It is a proposal, it is a voter. We are mapping the addresses. We are creating a proposal array where we will store all the proposals. Constructor. So yeah, you might be aware of a constructor, right? We can use a constructor here as well. So constructor is actually a function that is called at the first time a contract is deployed, or in other coding languages, whenever a program is built, the constructor runs for the first time only. So in this case, if we say we write a constructor, and in this constructor we want, this is a like empty constructor, we are not accepting any parameters here. So we will say that when my contract is deployed, I want the default age to be 21, not 0, and the name, it should be by default to like Arjun, we can say Arjun. So if I just change the environment so that it doesn't take time to this particular environment, and I again deploy this, and in our case if we get age, see, constructor is that simple. It will give us the age and the name that is set by default. So just like other programming languages, you just have to go through the basic syntax of Solidity through the documentation. You can explore it, you can start learning, you can self-learn from here, and you can easily understand various data types or data like syntax that is being used in this particular programming language. But address is nothing, just it's the wallet address, and we have a data type for that address. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this session. And for tomorrow we will be looking at a complete full stack application built using web3, using hard hat, using web3.js, and this project will give you a wider, broader idea how a blockchain project actually functions when we have complete setup of this. Right now we are interacting through Remix ID, but later we will call these functions through the front end. We will click a button, or we will fill a data in an input box and then click a button, and then the contract calls will be made. We will fetch the data from the front end itself, and that will be really exciting session. I hope you guys first go through this session, whatever was discussed over here, so that tomorrow it's easy for you to understand. And we will totally like enjoy the tomorrow's session. And I'll also share the GitHub repository with you so that you can also try it on your own. So that's it, guys, for today. If you have any doubt or anything that you want to ask with respect to this session or the session we had yesterday, or if you are like eager to know more about tomorrow's session, anything you have on your mind, you can ask it. Feel free. I'll just stop my screen and I'm just waiting for you guys if you have any questions at all.
All right, guys, we'll be wrapping up with this session very soon. You can put in your questions here. Meanwhile, some of you are putting up the questions on the chat box. Can you guys please turn on your camera for like a few seconds? I would like to take a screenshot so that we can post it on LinkedIn, and we'll tag your student society as well. Waiting for everyone to open their cameras, please. A few seconds. All right, Navneet has, I can see Navneet has opened up.
Guys, just for a few seconds.
Guys, this is for your marketing as well, by the way. So please help out a little here, and we can just post it on our LinkedIn channel. All right, awesome. I see some nice faces here. Great.
Varun, if possible, you can also open.
Okay, just give me a minute. I'll just see
Yeah,
some things are all sorted or not.
Wait, let me open up my camera as well,
Sulabh,
and we'll take
you
a
opened it.
nice
Can you open
screenshot.
it again? Hi, Sulabh.
Okay, I'm opening. My device is not responding right now.
Yeah, please
All
open
right.
it for a screenshot.
Okay, all set, guys. Today, or we want more cameras. I am not sure if you guys understand Hindi or not, but we want more, please. Yeah, I see a lot of faces here, but not many. Abhi, the screen still looks very empty. It won't look good in the screenshot.
Three more. Come on, guys.
I'll have to take names otherwise. I mean, we can do that. We have a lot of time. You guys need to hurry up. We'll just take a quick screenshot. Yeah, nice.
Just open up for a few seconds, guys.
All right,
No one is joining.
Sameer, Kapil, Sulabh, Yunesh. This is other Yunesh. I thought why Yunesh is not opening up. Why? I don't know who is the gangster here, but if you can open, that would be great. Bhupendra, Arju, you can open, please. You were the host yesterday. That's actually very important. Ankit, Saurabh, Samandra, Kaushal. Alright. Whoever has opened up, Abhi, can you guys give me a nice smile? I see some very shy faces here. All right, I'm gonna repeat this thing again tomorrow every 5 minutes. Until then, unless we get some really nice screenshot, we're not gonna post. So be ready tomorrow, please. Tomorrow morning session, 8 p.m. session, and yeah. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for participating in this webinar, and we'll meet tomorrow.
If also,
Bye.
if guys, your expectations were fulfilled today, as yesterday's session was theoretical, but today's session was really superb by Varun. It was really helpful for you and valuable as you got new skills from an industry expert. So you can write in the chat box valuable if you find it valuable. Yeah, you can thank Varun sir also for his motivation.
Thank you so much, everyone. I hope like day one, this day two session was also amazing, and I hope tomorrow in the day three session, I see more and more individuals or more of your friends that you invite them to join this session, learn from the project that we will be seeing on the third day. And I hope blockchain will become one of your favorite skills, or at least one of your skills that you would like to pursue in future, either in the technical side or in the non-tech, anything that you might like. So thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Let's meet tomorrow.
All right. Have a great night, guys. Good night. Bye bye.